Hello, it is Monday, October 12th, 2020. It's 3:52 in the afternoon, and I've actually been struggling to get a recording done today. The reason being is that the one thing that I actually didn't mention about having gone in to get the tube replacement done on Friday at the hospital for the biliary drainage is that for some reason the folks who replaced the tube decided to what's called cap off the drainage tube, which means that they left so that by capping it off instead of attaching a bag to it, they made it so that it would internally drain. So that struck me as strange at the time when it was happening, but there was a lot that was going on Friday, and I asked 2 or 3 times about this choice to cap it off, and I was a little bit anxious about it because the whole point to having this tube is to expedite the drainage by attaching an external bag to it so that it can externally drain the bile, the excess bile that I have in my body. So I didn't really quite understand the decision, but I'll be honest, there was a part of me that's like, oh, I don't have to take care of a bag full of bile that's attached to my leg. And if my body is able to drain the bile internally, then I was like, well, there's a part of me that's like, oh, that sounds like a better option. But then there was another part of me rationally that was like, doesn't quite make sense. But when they were kind of packing me up and getting me ready to go on Friday, Anne did provide me with a bag if I needed to. So if I all of a sudden became nauseous, or if I had a fever, or something was going on, like a leakage or something like that, she said to attach, she gave me the bag to be able to have the drain, the bile drain externally into this bag. So that was Friday night, and as you know, on Friday night we picked up the car and everything like that, even though right afterwards I was feeling quite nauseous. It's just not a pleasant thing to have this, whatever, I don't know how big this tube is, but to have it kind of like fed into your innards just isn't a pleasant feeling. So I was nauseous for a while on Friday, but everything seemed to be okay. Saturday, kept an eye on the dressing and stuff like that. Things looked fine, but I was beginning to experience some pain around the tube site, and I thought, firstly, well, it's, they were kind of poking around there, and they did remove the suture, which I was grateful for, because now I could yawn, or I could take deep breaths and things like that without hurting as much as it was. But it's tender because it's been kind of pulling at my skin for the last week. And then when they replaced the tube, there was a lot of poking around that area to get the tube into place and things like that. And then and during the procedure itself on Friday, they froze it. So at first it was really uncomfortable, but after a while, because they froze it, I wasn't really feeling the pain as much. And then it wore off, and then it was painful. And then it was just sort of a dull pain. I felt like, okay, well, it felt like a reasonable amount of pain for the procedure, and people poking around in there and stuff like that. And then I kept an eye on it on Saturday. Saturday seemed fine. Sunday, I woke up and it wasn't. The pain was a bit more than it was on Saturday. And we had the day, as you know, you saw, hopefully the video before this one is of us going on a road trip yesterday. And that was fun. I really enjoyed going on the road trip yesterday, but it was a long day, so I didn't really get a chance to look at my dressing or anything like that throughout the day. But what I did notice is that it was hurting more and more throughout the day. By the time that we got home, it was pretty late. It was like 9:30 or 10 or something like that. And I checked the dressing and it was leaking. So as soon as I got home, saw that it was leaking, I was told by my GP when I was talking to him about my plan to go to Shoppers and maybe like redress my dressing and stuff like that when it was leaking previously. He had said, you don't know what's underneath the dressing. It's best to leave it to people who know what they're doing. So I knew that I wasn't able to go in there and clean that up myself, but because Anne had given me the external bag to take the cap off of the tube that they had left me with on Friday, to take that cap off and to attach an external bag to it. That's exactly what I did last night, so it would have been Saturday night. But there was still pain around the area of where the tube was going into my body, and because of the leakage, I think that there was some irritation that was going on, and that was causing me pain. So today I had a nurse's clinic appointment at 4 p.m. and I was supposed to be to make sure that the dressing was okay, just to make sure everything was good and to clean things up and everything like that. But when I woke up this morning, I was really concerned about the pain that I was experiencing around the skin and the tube insertion site. So I called the clinic administration people and asked whether or not it would be possible for me to go in earlier, because it was just painful and I was worried about it and everything like that. So they got me in actually very quickly. Even for here in Canada, today is Thanksgiving, so it's a holiday Monday, and apparently they were really busy today, but they were able to get me in earlier, and I was so incredibly grateful, because the nurse who helped me out was just able to clean it up, and she even said, I don't know why they would have capped it off. Like, what would be the point of doing that? The whole point in you getting this procedure is that you would drain externally. So 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 that was done, and I'm really thankful for it, because her cleaning everything up and having that done just did actually help ease the pain of it, and just thankful that I didn't have to wait, because it would have been right now, like it's literally 4 o'clock in this moment. I would have had to wait until now to get the dressing all done, and I would have just really been sitting around pretty much in pain waiting for the appointment today. So I'm grateful to have been able to take care of that earlier today, and I've just been kind of loafing around, to be honest. Just feeling just a little bit low about this whole thing, because it just has not been a smooth kind of a ride with it. And when it's come to this drainage thing, it's draining, so that's a good sign. And I know that my bilirubin number has been coming down with each consecutive blood test that I take, so that's a good sign. But my experience with it has been disjointed and uncomfortable and sometimes nonsensical, and that's just been a bit upsetting. And so I've been down about it, and I guess maybe I didn't sleep great last night either because of the discomfort. So I've just been struggling a little bit mentally and emotionally today, and I've been wanting to record this and just been putting it off because I've just been feeling kind of down about things. So that is the update for today. Just that there was this thing that I was experiencing with this drainage tube. It seems to be good now. The nurse today did say that if I continue to experience pain, I would need to go to the hospital for them to take a look at it again. I'm just like fingers crossed that that is not what I'll continue to experience. That now that the tube's been replaced, and now that I have the external drainage that's going on, and the fact that it's been redressed and everything like that, I'm hoping that will have resolved the main things that were going on with it. So just for the sake of my spirit, I'm hoping that that is good for now, because otherwise the only medical appointment this week that I have is to go back to the nurse on Thursday to get everything looked at again and to get everything redressed. And that's how I would like for it to be this week instead of having to go to the hospital. So again, fingers crossed. And this video will be uploaded after all this has happened. So even if you're sending me love and care in this moment as you're watching this video, it's probably, a few weeks already, or if not, some other time in the future. But that's what I'm hoping for this week. And yeah, I think that there's a part of me when I make these videos that I want to be up and, not necessarily talk about what's going on for me when I'm not maybe feeling at my best, but that's also part of this journey. In fact, it's going to be a big part of this journey. So I know that's something as a hurdle that I have to work on or get over, or just, regardless, just get in front of the camera and start recording things. So, so that's for today. The MLB championships are still going on, and tonight there are 2 games. There will be the American League Championship Series as well as the National League Championship Series. Hoping that the Rays again will be able to get a win over the Houston Astros. I believe it's a 5-game series, and it's the Dodgers and the Braves that are playing. Actually hoping that maybe the Dodgers, as high of a payroll and all that stuff that the Dodgers go for, that they have going for them, they haven't been able to win a championship, and hopefully they'll be able to get one done this year, or get it done this year. So anyway, so a couple of baseball games, but I'm glad to be able to just relax through that. We just went out and got some turkey dinner from the Summerhill Market. I think I've talked about them before. They have a lot of great prepared meals, and they had a prepared turkey dinner. So we're just going to be heating that up and having that for dinner as we watch baseball. And so that's it for today. Got it in, and this is some of the real stuff, So sending you love and care, and if you could send any my way, I would very much appreciate it. But again, at the end of the day, please do be sure to think about and to give love and care for the folks that you love and care about in your life. So with that, I will talk to you again real soon.